Hello, I'm Michael Rowland with Michigan Gateway Community Foundation, and welcome to another Community Partner Spotlight. Today we're going to be going out to Dowagiac, Michigan to tell you a little bit about the great work being done by the Dowagiac Area History Museum and Heddon Museum. Here at Michigan Gateway Community Foundation, we have a mission of fostering a community of philanthropy for good forever. And there's no better way to do that than to tell the story of our community partners.
We have 3 floors, about 9,000 square feet of exhibits covering the history of Dowagiac. From the ground floor, the history of Dowagiac's industry, so everything here was made in Dowagiac, from round oak stoves and the Heddon fishing tackle, grain drills, and then on the lower level we explored people from Cass County and Dowagiac, a lot of people who went on and did big things from our area. We had the first spaceman, first guy to achieve weightlessness in space. We had a Olympian, first black chief of police in the history of Michigan. So we have a lot of really great stories down there. And then on the upper level, we have exhibits of Dowagiac beyond industry. So kind of a more thorough telling of the Dowagiac story. If we didn't have local history museums, a lot of that local history would be forgotten. It doesn't show up in your textbooks when you're in high school or college. And so if you really want to appreciate the full American story, you have to visit those local history museums, and sometimes the artifacts can really give you a deeper connection to history than just reading about it in a textbook. Actually seeing the artifacts can really make it come alive for you.
The Heddon Museum is a passionate effort. Joan and I started over 30 years ago by buying the old Heddon factory. This is an absolutely comprehensive collection. We have one of every cataloged lure, one of every cataloged reel, one of every type of rod, all kinds of ancillary advertising goods. And it was always our intent with this collection that it should be in the public domain and continue into the future.
And we realized that we're not living forever. And that's when we realized, we need to make sure that this is taken care of. And that's when we contacted Gateway.
What we wanted to do was get it into a foundation that would be responsible for its long-term care and feeding. And then endow that foundation with significant funds. In the case of Gateway, while they don't necessarily have anything to do with the day-to-day running of it, they're always there, and they're kind of like your benevolent grandfather. They're always looking over your shoulder, not saying much, but if you really get into trouble, Grandpa's going to be there for you. And that's the comforting part of Gateway for me, is not just a good source of investment guidance, but also that fail-safe. And ultimately, these two organizations, the Heddon Museum and the Dowagiac Area History Museum, are going to become one under one management and under one funding source.
Without the Gateway Foundation, a museum like ours would be in serious trouble. And because of the investments from Don and Joan Lyons, and then we're going to continue working with Gateway Foundation and getting other investments into the Gateway Foundation, we're going to be here for forever because of an endowment that's been established and will continue growing for the museums.
All of those things that give a community pride, make people feel like they want to be part of it. And I think a big part of that is your history. I like to know where I came from because that helps guide me in where I'm going.